Welcome back to the Mindset Podcast, brought to you by Martecture. Get into the AI marketing mindset on the go. In under 15 minutes, stay ahead with our newsletter and podcast packed with the latest in AI plus marketing. Real research, real case studies, real insights.
Real stuff.
Exactly, real stuff. This deep dive is going to be essential listening for you.
For sure.
Because today, we are solving a specific mystery. Why is AI failing to deliver on its massive promise in so many marketing departments? We've got a stack of fresh news-breaking research, and we're going to use it to walk through this house.
From the ground up.
Right. We're starting in the basement to see why the infrastructure is failing, moving up to the living room to see how that failure affects customer trust, and finally looking at how to rewire the walls to actually make it all work. And joining me to synthesize all this is our resident expert.
Thanks. What's fascinating here is that the data we're unpacking today, it gives us a very diagnostic look. Well, it's not about what AI could do in 10 years. It's about what is breaking on the factory floor this afternoon.
Okay, let's unpack this by starting right in the basement.
Yeah.
You really cannot talk about AI's impact without looking at who is actually prepared for it.
Right.
And the latest CMO spend survey numbers just hit the industry like, I don't know, a bucket of ice water.
They really did. The numbers show a massive ambition versus readiness gap.
Yeah.
Right now, a full 70% of CMOs are explicitly naming AI leadership as a critical goal for 2026.
Which makes sense.
It does. But here's the catch. Only 30% of those organizations report having the mature organizational infrastructure to actually back that up.
Wow. That sounds like a terrifying mismatch for anyone sitting in that 70%.
It's a huge problem.
Are companies basically trying to install a jet engine on a bicycle because they haven't updated the underlying frame?
It's close, but it's actually worse than that. It's more like putting a jet engine on a bicycle and expecting it to fly, rather than just go fast.
Oh, man.
The issue isn't just speed, it's that legacy systems fundamentally cannot support generative, multi-directional data flows.
Right. The data's just trapped.
Exactly. When marketing leaders try to layer AI onto fragmented systems, say, a customer relationship management tool that doesn't talk to the ad buying platforms, which don't talk to the email deployment tools, they aren't scaling solutions, they're just scaling noise.
So what does that actually look like for the people doing the work? Like if I'm a marketing manager trying to use this new AI tool my boss just bought, what goes wrong?
Well, what quietly undermines these investments is that the execution teams see the inconsistent outputs.
Like what?
Like the AI suggests an email campaign for a segment of customers who already bought the products yesterday just because the systems aren't synced.
No, it's awful.
Right. And the team immediately stops trusting the system. To avoid this, what modern leaders actually need is system thinking.
System thinking.
Yeah, you have to focus on engineered performance.
Engineered performance. That sounds a bit like, corporate jargon. What does that actually mean for the person listening right now?
Yeah. Fair point. Engineered performance just means optimizing your existing technology and workflows without disruption before you even attempt to scale these new tools.
So fixing the basics.
Exactly. It's making sure the plumbing doesn't leak before you turn on the fire hose.
Which is hard to do when you look at the financial reality. I mean, the Gartner data points out that marketing budgets are effectively flat right now, sitting at an average of just 7.8% of company revenue.
Yeah, budgets are incredibly tight.
But despite that squeeze, a massive 15.3% of those budgets are being allocated to AI initiatives. So they're pulling money from proven channels to fund the fire hose.
It's reallocation under extreme pressure. I mean, they can't fund experimentation and scale responsibly at the exact same time.
Right.
But this raises an important question about leadership readiness.
Right.
The survey identified something it calls the AI blind spot.
Okay, what is that?
Well, 65% of CMOs expect their role to dramatically transform in the next 2 years.
Sure.
Yet, paradoxically, only 32% believe they need significant updates to their personal skill set.
Wait, really? So they're saying the rules of the game are changing completely, but my old playbook is totally fine.
That's exactly what they're saying.
That feels like massive hubris.
It is, and the wider C-suite is definitely noticing. Currently, only 15% of CEOs rate their marketing leader as AI savvy.
Ouch.
Yeah. And when a CEO loses confidence that the marketing department understands the technology, you start seeing chief data officers and chief technology officers stepping in. They just take over marketing technology decisions by default.
Which means the people making the tech decisions might not understand the brand strategy or the customer at all.
Exactly.
The research uses this brilliant analogy. It says the current landscape is like a general contractor who wins every single bid, but can't finish any project on time.
It's a great comparison.
Yeah, the tools are sharp, the blueprints look amazing, but the foundation was poured before anyone confirmed the soil could actually support the building.
And to fix that soil, the report outlines 4 specific operational shifts separating the leaders from the laggards.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, data unification has to be a prerequisite, not just a parallel side project. Second, workflow design must come before tool selection.
Let me stop you right there, because that second one feels huge. Workflow before tool selection. People usually do the exact opposite, right?
Oh, all the time.
They buy the shiny software and then try to bend their team's daily routine to fit it.
That's exactly the problem. You have to map out how a piece of content moves from a strategist's brain to a designer's desk to the compliance team to the public.
Right.
If you don't map that process first, the AI tool just creates bottlenecks faster.
Makes sense. What are the other two?
The third shift is human-AI role definition, so setting clear, rigid boundaries on what the machine does versus what human judgment controls. And the fourth is the CMO's personal AI literacy.
That human element is huge, especially when you think about your workforce. How AI adoption is a super sensitive topic for employees who are terrified of being replaced. He says the key is framing AI as capacity creation rather than cost reduction.
And mechanically, that changes everything. Cost reduction means the AI is doing the job so we can fire people.
Right, which terrifies everyone.
Exactly. But capacity creation means the AI handles the repeatable execution, like, formatting spreadsheets or pulling weekly performance metrics.
Boring stuff.
The boring stuff.
Yeah.
So the skilled marketers can actually spend their Tuesday afternoon thinking about brand strategy instead of doing data entry. That simple reframe is the secret to gaining team buy-in.
And once you have your team on board, you still have to execute.
So if I'm trying to distill all of this baseline infrastructure news into a single takeaway for the marketing leaders listening, it seems like data hygiene isn't an IT problem anymore.
Not at all. If you are a top-tier organization, you are treating data hygiene as a critical governance decision that sits squarely on the CMO's desk.
Wow.
If you don't own the data foundation, you don't own the AI outcome.
So if the infrastructure, that bicycle frame in the basement, is fundamentally broken for so many companies, it completely changes how you, as a marketing leader, behave when you're actually out in the market.
It changes everything.
Because CMOs know their data is messy, they're drawing a massive hard line between where they trust AI and where they absolutely do not. And this takes us out of the basement and up into the living room where the customers actually are.
Right, and the industry is calling this the trust paradox.
The trust paradox. Yeah. Marketers are handing massive amounts of workflow over to AI when it comes to spending money and buying media, but they are terrified to let it craft the actual messages they want to spend that money on.
And the consumer data from Canva's 2026 State of Marketing and AI report backs up why they're so nervous. It highlights this wild contradiction.
It really is wild.
It found that 68% of shoppers say they don't mind AI in advertising if it makes the ads more relevant to them. But in the exact same study, 78% of shoppers said they still strongly prefer to see ads made by actual people.
And if you're listening and wondering how to structure your own team around this, this is where the concept of orchestration comes in.
Another big buzzword. Break down orchestration for me. What does that actually look like on a Tuesday morning?
Orchestration means the marketing director actually sitting at their desk and saying, okay, I am deploying the AI agent to buy the ad space and optimize our budget at 2 a.m. while I'm sleeping.
Because it can do the math faster.
Exactly. It does the math faster. But my human copywriter is going to write the emotional hook that goes inside that ad.
Right.
It is seamlessly coordinating AI for scale and mathematical efficiency while strategically preserving human intelligence for meaning. It's knowing exactly which instrument to play at which time.
Okay, I think I'm finding the takeaway here. Industry leaders are drawing a very hard line. AI is highly trusted to handle the back-end mechanics, but brands are flat out refusing to let it define their ethos.
Right, but that creates a massive technical problem.
How so?
Well, if you want that hyperrelevance and scale, but you also need the AI to deeply understand the nuance of your human-crafted brand ethos, how does the AI actually learn that? How do you connect the mechanics to the meaning without breaking the system?
And this is where we have to look at rewiring the walls of the house. The answer to connecting meaning to mechanics comes down to something that has historically been viewed as the absolute most boring administrative task in the marketing department.
Metadata.
Metadata.
It's true. Metadata, things like schema markup, which is code that helps search engines understand your web page, or tags in your digital asset management library where all your creatives live, or the specific attributes in your product feeds.
The stuff nobody wants to do.
The stuff nobody wants to do. Historically, this was just an administrative chore for search engine optimization. Today, it has become the literal currency for AI.
The currency. I love that. The research explains that as large language models and AI search engines take over, they don't look at a beautifully designed web page and feel inspired.
No, not at all.
They desperately need machine-readable, text-based signals to understand what your content actually is.
Exactly. The AI needs a label. And some companies are already using this generatively to revolutionize their business.
Like who?
Look at the photo product industry companies like Shutterfly, Snapfish, and Mixbook. On the surface, they print your photos. But under the hood, how do they know which photos to group together for a photo book?
They use metadata.
They use metadata. They look at the timestamp, the geolocation, the device type. Was this a cluster of photos taken in Orlando in July over 3 days?
Oh, I see where this is going.
Right. They use those metadata clues to infer context. This was a family vacation, and they turn chaotic digital photo dumps into curated personal stories.
It's like turning data administration into magic.
Uh-huh.
And it's not just photo books. Pinterest is heavily relying on product feed metadata to power their shopping ads.
Yeah.
Adobe Experience Manager is using AI-powered smart tags to automatically apply keywords to massive libraries of assets. And there's also this emerging area of content credentials, which is metadata that specifically verifies if AI was involved in creating an asset.
Which establishes crucial trust for the consumer.
Absolutely.
And this highlights a massive strategic error many organizations are making right now. The research uses a brilliant comparison.
What is it?
Buying advanced generative AI tools without having a comprehensive metadata strategy in place is like buying a Ferrari and putting a lawnmower engine inside it.
That's a great visual.
It looks fast, you can sit in it and pretend, but it has no power to actually run.
So if I'm a marketer trying to wrap my head around this, is my metadata basically the translation layer between my brand's soul, that human ethos we just talked about, and the AI's mathematical brain?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, yes.
Yeah.
That translation layer is exactly what enables AI enablement.
AI enablement. Let's ground that one too. What does that mean?
It means building the silent infrastructure that allows your organization to quickly and efficiently adapt to new AI search experiences and shifting customer behaviors.
Ah, okay.
It's scalable resource allocation. Instead of manually rewriting every product description when a new AI search tool launches, your properly structured metadata automatically feeds the new tool the exact right context.
But the research gives some very specific strategic requirements to get this right. And it sounds like it requires a lot of discipline.
Oh, it does.
First, they say you have to build what they call a taxonomy Bible before you launch another AI experiment.
This is critical. You need a unified agreement on fields, labels, and definitions across the whole company.
So everyone's speaking the same language.
Right. If the sales team tags a product as crimson and the marketing team tags it as red, the machine inherits your internal confusion and fragments the data again.
And crucially, the research notes that humans have to stay in charge of that governance. You can use AI to help capture the metadata, like Adobe scanning an image and suggesting tags, but you cannot just let machines market to machines without human quality control.
If you do, you end up in a massive game of digital telephone.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It is. The AI tags an image incorrectly, another AI reads that tag and generates a faulty insight, and suddenly you lose all relevance with the customer. Plus, that taxonomy story has to connect consistently across your entire stack.
Like your content management system.
Yeah, your CMS, your digital asset management library, and your customer relationship management platform. AI models check everything, not just your homepage.
So if I'm looking for the news takeaway here, metadata has officially transitioned from an optional SEO administrative task to a core marketing asset.
100%.
It fundamentally dictates how AI systems understand, retrieve, and recommend your brand to the world.
It is the secret engine making modern marketing work. Without it, you are basically invisible to the algorithms.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. This episode of the Mindset Podcast was brought to you by Martexture. Get into the AI marketing mindset. On the go. In under 15 minutes, stay ahead with our newsletter and podcast packed with the latest in AI plus marketing. Real research, real case studies, real insights.
Real stuff.
Real stuff.
See you next time.